So I recently just got done replaying through Elden Ring I did no summons, I didn't rune farm, I didn't overlevel my character. I did a strength build with the regular guts is great sword cuz I did guts build basically. Um it's just the most fun that I have. Strength, I turn off brain cells and just use big weapon, caveman. That's basically how I play the Souls games. But I recently did that, and I played through the game. Wow, I'm tripping all over my words. But I fought every single boss. That includes all the overworld bosses, all the bosses in the caves, all the little Everjail bosses, all the achievement bosses. I fought every single thing possible, and that includes all the repeats, all the bosses that are just repeated. Like for example, the Death Birds, the Deathrite Birds, the Crucible Knights, the Bell-bearing Hunters, even the dragons, the Godskins, the Tree Spirits, the Tree Sentinels, the Erd Tree Avatars. I've a Knights Cavalry. I've fought all of them, all the repeat bosses, and we're gonna rank them. Now, I want to rank them off of not just if it's a good boss. I want to rank them off of multiple criteria: the lore, the music, the arena, and is it a good boss? Is it a fun boss to learn? Those are my 4 criteria that I'm going to base them off of. And I'm glad that they separated Radagon and Elder Beast, because once we get there, I will talk about Elder Beast. I'll also talk about Radagon. Of course, the achievement bosses I will actually talk about. The kind of side bosses that are just they're all right. I won't really talk about. But let's start with Adon, Thief of Fire. He's in Liurnia. He's in Evergale, however you say it. He's right above the merchant down there. Especially with my caveman strength build, he's super easy. He doesn't pose a threat at all. I'm able to just stun lock him the entire fight. The only thing that poses a threat is this huge fireball, because that does a lot of damage if that hits you. But other than that, I mean, you can just stun lock him the entire fight. The music isn't really anything crazy. Really nothing cool. He's not a terrible boss. Like, I hate doing him. He's a meh boss. He's a meh. The Alabaster Lord. Once again, you fight them just everywhere. He's just a normal enemy in certain areas. It's just he's not that cool. He's not hard either, but he's not terrible. I feel like most of these are probably gonna go into meh. The music, once again, he doesn't have any special music. He has just a normal like boss music that they play, but nothing cool, you know. Next, Electo Black Knife Ringleader. This is the what is it? I guess the hardest Black Knife Ringleader, because it is super tanky. At least every time I fight it. I don't know if I'm under leveled whenever I fight it, but she has so much health. Because if you don't know the lores, they're all girls. There you go, lore. They just have so much health, so much, and I just, you know, it's not a bad. I feel like where it's placed is cool. It's in a cool area. To get there, you know, it's with Ronnie's questline, which, if you don't know, Ronnie kind of made the Black Knife Assassins. They're all girls. That's cool. You know, the lore behind them is cool. It's the ringleader too, which adds to it. I don't know. Every time I fight it, it's more tankier, so it's more of a risk, and it can kill me. But once again, with my caveman build, I kind of just stun locked her the entire fight. So I can't say she's a good boss, but she'll be our first okay boss. Excuse me. Next, Ancestor Spirit. Do we have the other Ancestor Spirit on here? We do. This one is it's all right. Once again, it's just gonna be another meh. Its boss arena is cool. I like its music. It's nice and calm, but it's a super easy boss. If you guys don't know, Elden Ring was my first ever Souls game, and even with it being my first ever Souls game, I first tried this boss. Every time I've played this game, I first tried the Ancestor Spirit. It's just a super easy boss. It's just lame. I don't know. I personally, I don't really like it. I don't. Now, I think we have our first good boss here. Now, this is a cool-ass dragon. Now, whenever you get to Crumbling Fair Missoula, you do fight multiple of these. But this one is Lanciax, which Lanciax, if you don't know the lore, she is super cool. She actually was able to transform, and she took a human form to talk to the humans, and also kind of bestowed her lightning magic upon them, which helped with the dragon communion thing. I think if I remember correctly, shout out to the guy who does the lore all the time. What's it, man? It's Vatildi, right? However you say his name. I don't know how to say it. But I always watch his videos. He did a Elden Ring dragon lore recently, and he said that to really use her magic, what she found out was it was love. Like, and the person that she loved the most was sorry, goddamn. Hope I'm not getting sick. That would suck. But the person that she loved the most, where is he? Is he on here? Don't tell me they forgot him. No way they forgot him. I actually don't see him on here. I'm going through. Ooh. They definitely forgot him. I'm not seeing him. They forgot him. I'm blanking on his name too. But it's the dude who gets trapped in the Everjail in a Mountaintop of the Giants. Yeah, why can't I remember his name? Whatever. Him, he gets trapped in Everjail. He was he's a tarnished like us, and he was the closest one to become Eldenor, but he found out that his maiden would die, so he sought after the frenzied flame, and then was sealed away in the Everjail. But she loved him the most, and so that's why he's actually able to use like her lightning bolts and everything. That's why whenever you fight him, he uses them. So, but she has really cool lore. It's a super easy dragon fight. I think it is. But it's the coolest dragon so far. Ancient Hero Zamor. Once again, the amount of times you fight this boss is ridiculous. Once you get to the Mountaintop of Giants, you get to the Zamor ruins, and they're just all over, and it's just a normal boss, and it's just a normal enemy. You fight this thing though so much, and at a certain point it gets annoying. It doesn't have any special music. It just has the basic regular boss fight music. Nothing cool. Estelle, natural born of the void. It's okay. Its significance in the story and where you fight it is cool. Its arena is cool. It's a cool looking boss. Its music doesn't stand out to me, but it's during Ronnie's questline that you fight it. Like, you know, it's cool. Its lore's cool. All of that's cool, but it doesn't stand out to me as a good boss fight. It's more of an okay boss fight. And Estelle, Stars of Darkness. It's just later in the game, reskin Estelle Natural Born of the Void. Nothing cool. It's just in a cave, and it's just there. It's just there. It's just there to fight, and I don't hate it. It's just I do dislike though that it is a reskin of a achievement boss nonetheless too. It's all right. It's all right. Battle Mage, Yugi, however you say that name. It's just a normal enemy as a boss, as most of these are. Nothing special. Nothing special, man. Nothing special. That's all I gotta say. Nothing special. Beastman of Fair Missoula, again. Nothing special. It's just a boss placed into a cave, and it's a normal enemy later in the game. Bellbearing Hunter. It's an okay boss. I think it's cool how like they're all around the merchants or the little shacks in the different areas, and they hunt bell bearers, and that's why they're there, is because if you kill those merchants, they drop bell bearings. I think that's cool. Its moveset is super fun. They can kick your ass if you aren't prepared. They definitely can, but it's alright boss, because once again, you see it everywhere. You see it everywhere. It's just, and once there's another one which I see him already. You get to fight him. It's an achievement boss, and you get to fight him in a cool area, cool lore. We'll get to him once we get to him, but just you fight it everywhere. Black Blade Kindred, okay boss. They are, in my eyes, more fun than the regular gargoyles. They are more difficult, but it's just a gargoyle. Nothing special. They can get the destined death on you where your health drains. Just nothing cool. It's an alright boss. And you get to see these everywhere. You do. You get to see them everywhere. And I want to say everywhere. You fight what? I think it's 2 or 3 of these. It's just a reskin, and they're more difficult and of the gargoyles, but they're I'm gonna bump it down to meh. Black Knife Assassin, if I put your leader in okay, I'm gonna put you in meh, because you're just your leader but weaker, and you can stun lock it the entire time. It's just, it's just eh. Bloodhound Knight Darwill, the lore's cool. Blythe hunts him down because he's a traitor, and you can get Blythe to help you in the boss fight. But if you don't do the quest line, then you're just like, this is a pretty cool boss with a great weapon early game. It's a great weapon to use, super fun weapon to use. But once again, just alright. It's an alright boss. Let's see. Next, Bull's Carrion Knight. Meh. It's just a giant and an Everjail, but this time it can use magic. Alright, boss. There's just nothing to it. Boralius, the Freezing Fog. It's just a dragon with ice. The dragons are cool, but they are super easy, man. That's my one complaint about the dragon boss fights, and most of them at least. They're pretty simple. Besides a couple of them. A couple of them are cool. It's just meh. It's just meh. It knows ice. It's adapted to its area, but it's just like all the other dragons. Just it has ice this time. Cemetery Shade. Meh. You fight I don't know how many of these. And in fact, there's some places are regular enemies. They're alright. It's just an alright thing. Another one, Clean Rot Knight. Man, the lore's cool. How they vow to help Melania even if they get afflicted by the Scarlet Rot. That's cool. But it's just a normal boss. It's just a normal boss. Now these next two, I have very strong opinions about. These next two I have very strong opinions about. I'm going to throw them both in terrible. I hate these bosses with a passion. 1, O'Neil. O'Neil summons throughout the entire fight. Bosses that have to have ads to help them out are trash bosses in my eyes. I hate those bosses with a passion. Commander Niall. He summons, but only at the beginning. But still, he just does nothing but AoEs the entire time. He has this one AoE, it doesn't matter how much health you have, where he jumps up into the air and slams his prosthetic into the ground. It will one-shot you if it hits you. In my opinion, bosses that have one-shot mechanic, it's not a fun boss. Which, lucky, it's super easy to dodge, but if you get the dodge a little bit too late, oh well, buddy, you're dead. And I hate that. I despise bosses like that so much. I strongly dislike these bosses. Strongly dislike them. Crucible Knight and Crucible Knight Ordovis. It's a dual Crucible Knight. And guess what? I'm putting them above these two because at least the Crucible Knights are fun to fight. The Crucible Knights have cool lore. They were under Godfrey. In fact, they inhabited Godfrey's, like, where he stomps and the stones come out. And they were kind of banished along with Godfrey and sent out to different areas. And it's a cool lore. But once you learn them, they're just alright bosses. They're meh. Because they're everywhere. Once again, they are. They're regular enemies too. They're placed everywhere. Crystallians, super easy, man. Their attacks, you literally can just walk around and you'll be fine. It's just they're all right. They're all right. And once you break their crystals, you know, they're super easy. They're super easy. And you can just knock them down. You stun lock. Well, at least with caveman sword, you know, you just hit them and they stagger constantly. Super easy. Deathrite Bird, Deathbird. See these everywhere. They're both all right. They're super easy. The Deathrite Bird does pose more of a challenge, but they're just everywhere, and it's nothing cool. Decaying. Exikes, however you say it. Once again, it's a dragon. This time it has Scarlet Rot. The lore's cool, how it's outside of the dragon communion, because this dragon hates the dragon communion, and that's why it's outside, because it would stop people from going to it. It would fight the people who tried to get there, and that's why it attacks us. And even with the Scarlet Rot, you know, taking over it and basically and affecting it, it still does not forget its hatred for the Dragon Communion. Demi-Human Chiefs, super easy. They're super easy. Once again, they just become regular enemies later in the game. Demi-Human Queen, you fight what, 2 or 3 of these? Super easy. You literally can just stand underneath it and dodge all of its attacks. It's alright. Draconic Tree Sentinel is fun. I like the Tree Sentinel fight in general, and the Draconic Tree Sentinel, the fire, the lightning. I think it's cool. The lore, how they had to become dragons themselves to fight the dragons. I think that's super cool. How Malekith has one defending him, but whenever you go to fight him, he has one right outside. I think that's cool, how it's outside of Leyndell to defend it, because Leyndell's walls were breached by a dragon, so obviously it would make sense for a Draconic Tree Sentinel to be defending Leyndell. I think that's super cool. Dragon Soldier of Nox Stella. I think it's really cool. It has a phase 2. It's only Dragonkin Soldier of Nox Stella is the only Dragonkin Soldier that has a phase 2. It's an achievement boss. It's super cool. It's a cool fight, but every time I fight it, it's super easy to kill. It really is. It has no health. But it's an alright boss. It's an alright. Dragonkin Soldier, you fight these everywhere. These don't have a phase 2. They're this one, but less cool. And it's all right, boss. It really is. Next, our first S tier. Placidusax is so cool. I think this boss is amazing. Its moveset is fun to learn. It is a tanky boss too. This brother has so much health, but it is so much fun. His slam into the ground that he does, where the music just like cuts out and all you hear is the lightning like pulsating through the arena and you have to get out of it. That little nuke that he tries, it's so cool. Whenever he flies up into the air and disappears, and then through the thunder clouds launches at you, swipes at you, and then teleports behind. That is so cool. It is so cinematic. The music is great. The arena is great. The lore is great. The fight is great. I love this boss so much. I love Placidusax. It is one of the best dragon fights in any Souls game. First S tier for me. I love Placidusax. Elden Beast. I'm going to put it in meh. I'm not going to put it in terrible, but I'm going to put it in meh. No, okay, I'm going to bump it up to okay. I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I still hate it. I saw something that said Godfrey should have been the final boss, which I agree with that. It makes it you fight the first Elden Lord to become Elden Lord. Just saying, that'd be cool. But it's just not a good boss, man. The lore is cool, how the Greater Will sent this thing down to basically become the Elden Ring and like protect it or whatever. I think the lore is cool, but the boss is trash. The music is great. The arena is fantastic. I love the music and I love the arena and love the lore. It's cool, but the boss itself is terrible. It's terrible. I hate it, man. I hate the boss. I hate it so much. Because you get near it, you hit it like 2 times, and then it runs away. Like, come on, man. Fight me, please. Why gotta run? And I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it. Stay and fight. Come on, be a man. I hate it. I hate it. It's just a run around and smack, and it has so much health, so the boss lasts so long. It lasts so long. I hate it so much. I hate it. Next, Elder Dragon Greyall. It's not really a boss though. It's just the big wacky thingy that you can, the big dragon you whack on to get freaking almost 1,000,000 runes. Like, no, you don't get that much, but you know, free 50,000 runes. It's just all right. I'm not even gonna put it in meh. You know, I'd rather fight this. I'd rather fight this thing than these two. So I'm gonna put it in meh. It's just, you know, it's just free runes. I just see it as a rune farm. Elmer of the Briar, good. It's achievement boss. It's in a cool area. The lore in that around him is cool. While I do, he is basically just a bell-bearing hunter. I think he's more difficult though. He always tends to kick my ass compared to the bell-bearing hunters. But he's fun to fight. The arena's cool. The areas that he's in, his attacks are fun. It's choreographed. It's a fun boss. Obviously, I think it's better than just the bell-bearing hunters. Erdtree avatars. Okay. They're meh. I mean, you find these everywhere. In fact, they're like normal enemies too at a certain point. They are super fun to learn though. They have the exact same movement as the Asylum Demon in Dark Souls. And so I thought that was cool. So if you know the Asylum Demon's moveset, you're gonna absolutely roll this boss with absolute ease, which I know the Asylum Demon's moveset. Well, I mean, because I played Elden Ring first, and I went and played Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Sekiro. I've played all of them. And whenever I fought the Asylum Demon, I was like, wait, this is the same moveset as the Erdtree avatar. And so the Asylum Demon, it was super easy to me. But, it's super easy, though. It's a super easy boss. It's super easy. Erdtree Burial Watchdog. You find these everywhere, man. They're everywhere. They're even regular enemies at one point. They're just all right. They're just all right. there's this. It's just all right. Once again, it's just a regular boss. It's just a regular boss, or a regular enemy as a boss. You know, it's all right. It's all right. Fallen Star Beast. I don't like these things. You fight them everywhere too, and they're just annoying to fight. I don't know. They're meh. They aren't. I hate these things. I honestly don't know what else can go here. I hate these two. I do. That is a strong opinion that I have. Is I hate Commander Niall and Commander O'Neill. They're some of the I hate them. Fell Twins, once again, normal enemies, but there's two of them and it's a boss. They're all right. I think it is cool though that they're guarding like the bridge to the Divine Tower to repair Morgoth's and Mug's Great Rune. I think that's cool, but other than that, they're all right. Fia's champions, you know, they're super easy, especially if you have the Great Sword. You just unlock them. They are in a cool area. I think it's cool that the lore is, you know, it's like she's kind of the people that are there. The Fia's champions are the people that she's, you know, slept with on their deathbed, which I think that's cool. Fire Giant. I don't hate it. I don't think it's a terrible boss. The lore is cool. How it's like the last giant alive after, you know, not millennia. America kind of massacred the entire race and just like left him alive to defend the forge, to kind of make sure, I think, that no one burns down the Erd tree. I think that's pretty cool. The whole how his god is that eyeball on his chest, and he has to take off his freaking leg and sacrifice it so his god helps him out. I think that is so badass, and it's super cool. But he's just a super lame boss. I just, you know, it's just super. He's just all right. The lore's cool. The fight, the cinematic and everything, it's cool. But he's just a tanky boy with just super lame attacks. That's about it. We can just throw these. Let me just get Glintstone Dragon. Which one is it's Adula or is it Smarag? I think it's Adula, the one that Ronnie befriended instead of killing, kind of like Godwin with Lich Dragon Vortex. I think that's cool, but you know. But Frenzy Duelist, you fight these everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're just everywhere. Full-grown Falling Star Beast. It has a phase 2, and I don't really know what changes, but it's lame, just like the regular Falling Star Beast. Godfrey the Grafted. It is Godfrey, but without the coolness. Wait, what the hell? It's Godfroy. I thought it was Godfrey the Grafted. Isn't it But it's Godric, I meant, without all the coolness. Which, speaking of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, S tier, our second S tier. The lore, the music, the arena, the significance in the story, the boss fight in general is so cool. Everything surrounding him is so cool. The first Elden Lord, America's first consort eternal, the first one. It is so good, man. It is such a cool boss fight, and he does not disrespect you. He respects you, even whenever he kicks your ass and kills you. He does it respectfully. He's not an asshole. He doesn't disrespect you. He's nice, you know. He respects your strength. Like whenever he kills you, he says, "'Twas nobly fought." Like, and then his transition into phase 2 is so cool. his that will be all Sarash, and then just averts expectations and just kills his lion on his back and gets covered in blood and fights you as Horalu and says, "I've given thee courtesy enough." Oh, it's so good. It's so good. He drops bangers. He drops nothing but bangers. It's such a good boss fight, man. And then, it's just all right. It's a shade. It isn't the man. It isn't the man. Now, Godric the Grafted, I'm not going to put an S. The reason why is I think he is super easy. I think he should have been a late game boss to make him more difficult, but he is so easy. He is so easy, man. He's a cool boss. I command thee kneel, fourth fathers one and all, bear witness. It's a cool boss. But he's super easy, and that's what takes away from him for me. And it's just because his music though is also really good. His arena's cool, his lore's cool. It's a cool boss, but he's super easy, and that's what takes him down from, I feel like, S tier. Because Placidusax and Godfrey can kick your ass, but Godric, man, every time I fight him, even whenever I first played the game, I thought he was super easy compared to everyone else. It's such a shame. Godskin Apostle, I think they're okay fights. The lore's cool, but the music is great. Now, Godskin Duo is another F. Just screw this boss. Just screw this boss. We're probably gonna get a foreskin boss for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, but I absolutely hate the Godskin Duo. It's just a universally hated. Hate it. Sorry. I'll put Godskin Noble up there. But by themselves, they're fun to fight. But together, they are not fun to fight. Their music's cool. Where they're at is cool. Their arenas are cool. Their lore is cool. Separately, cool boss. Together, eat my nuts. Golem Archer, they're just regular. They're regular bosses. They're just regular enemies, but in a cave boss this time. These are just regular enemies. I'm sorry. Ugh. Skin, it's just a Frenzy Duelist, but reskinned. Great Worm Theodex. These, no. I'm not gonna put it out, okay. It's just a meh. They're alright. The lore, though, is cool, how, like, this guy, he was a human, but then he tried to, the Great Worms are like, they're humans that try to transform themselves into dragons, and they just become like this Great Worm. But hey, there's alright, there's alright. Kindred are regular enemies. Super annoying enemies too, with their little needles that they shoot at you or whatever. Trash. I hate them. Once again, you fight this thing a lot. It's in multiple boss fights. It's in a cave later in the game. It's super easy every time. You can just stun lock it. Yeah, it's just me. It's just me. It's just me. Yeah. And it becomes a regular enemy. Oh, I don't care what, dude. I'm just a sucker for cool dragons, dude. Lich Dragon Fortisex, man. The lore, how he is Godfrey's dragon, how Godwyn befriended him after defeating him, and how he fights the curse that killed his master. His music. Woo! Don't even get me started on his music. His music is probably one of the, oh my god, it's probably one of the best From Software Souls soundtracks out there. His music is fantastic, man. It's fantastic. Just his fight is so cool too, bro. I think the one thing is I wish he had a bigger health pool. And I always seem to fight him over leveled, I feel like. Because I burned through his health, man. I burned through it. I do. But yeah, such a cool boss fight. So just lore, music, arena, just fight. It's just so good. It's so good. The music, man. The music is the best part. Loretta, Knight of the Halligate Tree. It's an okay boss, which we'll just put like it's her projection at me. It's just the same thing as this, but you actually get to fight her. Does she have a phase 2? I think so. She's basically just a tree sentinel, but she has magic. That's the best way to explain her. She is fun though. Her magic can mess you up though if you're not careful. Mad Pumpkinhead. Regular enemy, but as a boss. Magma Worm. You fight these everywhere. You fight these everywhere. Is that 3 S tiers that I see in a row? I think it is. Oh, well, actually, no. 2. Okay. Malekith. Come on, buddy. Come on. Easily one of the coolest bosses in any FromSoft game. Holy shit, do I love this boss. He not only is his armor my favorite armor set in the game, and it's what I wear because it kind of reminds me of Berserker armor set. But his lore, man, the music, the arena, his significance in the story with the Destined Death, how he concealed it in his body so no one else can have it. And then he has this craving for it, and how the demigods feared him too, bro. The demigods feared him, and how he was there to put Marika in check if Marika ever got out of line. So cool, man. And his line that he drops whenever he transitions into phase 2, which I just gotta play it for you guys because it goes so hard, man. It just goes so hard. Shout out to, I love this guy's videos, man. Let's go here. Just, dude. Literally, it gives me chills, man. It's so good. I'll shut up.
Oh, death. Become my blade once more.
Like, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Dude, that goes so hard, bro. Oh, it's such a cool boss. Bro, that is just so cool, man. Holy shit. Such a cool boss, bro. Oh. I'll talk about why I put Margaret in A in a little bit after it's S tier. Melania, another S tier. In my opinion, hardest boss fight in any Souls game. She kicks my ass no matter how good I've gotten at these games. She kicks my ass every time. Her healing mechanic that she has, her waterfall dance, she's an aggressive boss too, especially in her phase 2. It's with the greatsword, I found it so hard to find openings. Because she is just she's so fast. She's honestly would be a great boss in Sekiro, I feel like. But holy shit, man. Dude, she is so difficult, bro. She is so difficult. Her music is great. Her lore's great too. How she has this outer god like inside of her, and it's the goddess of rot, you know. And how if she blooms 3 times, she'll achieve like true like rebirth. And she's only bloomed twice. We didn't get to see her 3rd bloom, which maybe in DLC we'll fight her in her 3rd bloom. And oh god, actually don't say that. But really cool boss, really cool, man. Such a cool boss, bro. I like her. I know people say that she's super cheesy, but I think she's cool. I think she's super cool. Next is Mimic Tier. Mimic Tier, it's just alright. It's super easy. Yeah, it's yourself. You know? It's yourself, and you get to fight him. And you can stun lock yourself. Miranda the Blighted Bloom. It's regular boss. You see it everywhere. You know? that's all there is to it. You know, let me just get all the bosses that you see. You're just you know, you're just you're 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 eh 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 eh. Why I just put all of these in meh is because I'm gonna put Tree Sentinel in okay, I'll talk about that. But all of these I just put in meh. Knights Cavalry, you fight everywhere, Wormface. It's just a big version of an easy boss. The Tree Spirits, you fight everywhere. The Miranda Blighted Bloom is everywhere. The Royal Revenant is that annoying thing that spits poison at you and crawls at you. I hate that thing with a passion. Nox Duo, it's a normal enemy later in the game. Omen Killer, normal enemy later in the game. Necromancer Garrus, he's just a regular ass enemy. I mean, you don't get to fight him anywhere else. You only have to you fight him, where he is. But he's just okay. Onyx Lord, it's a normal ass enemy that you get to fight later in the game. The Avatar, the tree spirit avatars, super easy. It's just Tibia Mariners. You fight everywhere. The Grave Warden Duelist, Putrid Grave. Once again, it's a Grave Warden Duelist, but you fight everywhere. Stone Digger Troll. It's just a troll, but it's made of rock. Rune Bear is a normal ass enemy that is super annoying, but he's in a K this time, so he's a boss. Seguin Noble. You fight these at Mog's Palace. They're everywhere. Skelly Misbegotten. You fight them at Castle Morn, right? Is that what it's called? I think. Wherever the castle is, you fight the Misbegotten. They're a normal enemy. Perfumer Tricia and Leonine Misbegotten. You fight them everywhere also. They're regular enemies. So I just wanted to throw them. I forgot about Soldier God. Obviously S tier because it's the hardest boss in the game. No, if we're being serious, it's just a normal enemy. And it's garbage. But Tree Sentinels, I put it in a C because I actually like the Tree Sentinels. They're fun to learn. Now I'm actually able to go and fight them as soon as I start my playthrough, which is fun to do just to see. And I'm able to first try them every time now. I've like downloaded their movesets. I love fighting them. I love them. But Mog the Omen, obviously it's the Omen, not the actual Mog, and just like Margaret, but it's a fun boss. It's still a great boss. It's super fun, but it's not the real thing. Which Morgott is an S tier. It's so cool, bro. His lore, he's a disrespectful little bitch, but he is super cool. His lore, how he climbed out of the sewers to protect the Erd Tree whenever all of the other demigods abandoned it and left their duty, and how whenever you kill him, his horns and everything are off his body, and basically kind of like how the Erd Tree basically accepted him as how he's he's not an omen anymore, which I think is really cool. And his boss fight, his weapon is cool. His weapon art that he uses, he's super fast, man. His choreographed is crazy. His second phase is nuts, and how he like pukes his like accursed blood all over the throne. How as he says, like I've cursed these thrones, or I can't remember what he says, but even how he's just like how he willful traitors all, like that line goes so hard. He's so cool. But Mog, Lord of Blood, another S tier, man. I love this boss fight. It is a super difficult boss. His lore is awesome, man. How he is the twin brother of Morgott. The sons of Marika and not Radagon, Godfrey, and how they both were put in the sewers below. But how Morgott hated that he was an omen. He hated it, and he tried to cast aside it. Now he loved the Erd Tree. He loved it, but Mog despised all of that. He accepted. He embraced his omen blood, and that's why his rune arc is like burning with blood. And I think that is just so cool, man. And then he goes and kidnaps Mikola, questionable move, which he's lucky there isn't police in the Elden Ring lore, because he'd be in jail right now. But his lines, man, his lines, his nihil that he does, that you can't help but nihil whenever he does it. I gotta yell it, and even whenever you use his weapon and he used the weapon right, you gotta use it. And all his welcome, honored guest. It goes so hard. It's so good. I love it. I absolutely love Mog. It's such a cool boss. He's difficult, man, especially his second phase. His second phase kicks ass with the fire everywhere. His transition into where you gotta chug. It goes hard. Patches. It's just, I'm sorry. I know. I gotta disrespect him. He's an easy boss, but, it's Patches. Patches is always fun. I like Patches. Patches is cool. Patches is cool. I'm going to put you in terrible. I want to save at least the semi-good bosses for last. I hate you. It's just 2 gargoyles, and this time they can proc poison on you. Isn't that always fun? Trash boss. That's all I have to say about that. Radagon. I used to hate this boss because of his AoEs. I love him now. I've downloaded his moveset, though, where I first try him every time I fight him now. I love his moveset now. I used to hate it so much. I'm like, oh my god, bro, all you do is spam my AoEs. It does so much damage. Just roll, buddy. But I absolutely love Radagon. I love him. Such a cool boss. His lore is cool. How Radagon and Marika are basically essentially the same person. How he married Renala and had Rykard, Radon, and Ronnie with her, and then no one knows why he just left her all of a sudden to become Marika's the second Elden Lord. Whenever he had Renala, no one knows, but the entire secret is that he was Marika the entire time. And there's a statue that the person that made that statue got too close and noticed the detail, and I don't know where the statue is, but you can kind of notice, like, hold on, that's like Radagon's body, but with Marika's hair, Marika's face, It's cool. The lore is so cool, man. I hope we get to. I know we're gonna learn more, man. We have to learn more. Shadow of the Erdtree. It can't come out soon enough. Red Wolf of Radagon. It's an okay boss. It has no health whatsoever. It can do a decent amount of damage, but it's super easy. It just is. Yeah. I mean, it just is. Regal Ancestor Spirit. It's an okay boss. It's better than the Ancestor Spirit. It's fun how it can like adapt to how it uses like the different animal moveset, like how it roll like a boar, or like hop like a bunny, or roll like a ram, or whatever that it does. I think it's cool that it does that. The only annoying thing to me is that it heals. It can heal itself entirely unless like you keep it away from the animals, which animals are all over in the arena, so good luck. But it's an okay boss. It's still just it's super easy. I first try him every time. Just super easy. Renala. I think the lore is cool behind her and everything, and how whenever we meet her, she's in this broken state because Radagon left her, and whenever we fight her a second time is her second phase is, it's a failsafe that Rennie made for her in the egg that Radagon left her, where if someone threatens her, this illusion of her whenever she was at her all-time high and how she was like a champion, we get to fight her then, which I think that is cool. Her moveset is fun, how she summons upon summons upon her oath-sworn dragon, her oath-sworn knight, her oath-sworn wolves, her oath-sworn giants. I think that's cool that she does all that, but she's super easy. You can stun lock her. I roll through her every time. Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Gimmick boss, but an amazing boss. Lore is cool. Music is cool. His weapon is so cool. His second phase is so so much fun, man. It's so much fun. And of course, he has the together. You know, you got together. You gotta love it. He has it. You know, that puts him as an S tier alone with his together. We will devour the very gods. You know, you gotta love it. I think it's easily the best gimmick boss. They do it so well. It can be difficult. He can kick your ass if you're not careful, but it's just so cool. His lore, how he fed him, how Rykard fed himself to the serpent, and you know how his followers like, whoa, okay, his ambition got a little bit too much. Let's create a weapon to kill the serpent, and they did. They created the serpent. Excuse me, the serpent hunter. And it's just super cool lore, super fun boss, super cool music, super cool arena. Best gimmick boss in any of the Souls games, in my opinion. So getting off near the all-knowing. He's a late game boss, and he's so easy. You can stunlock him, but this little whore likes to, you know, just spam magic. And he's super annoying. And he's disrespectful. He doesn't respect you. Little does he know you're about to become Elden Lord, or marry Ronnie, which best ending, or burn down the whole world because may chaos take the world. I hate him. He wants to disrespect me. I'm gonna disrespect him. Simple as that. And our last boss on the list, Star Scourge Radahn. Music, arena, lore, the fight, so cool. How you can summon, you know, he's respected. He's respected among everyone. He's respected. They have this whole festival dedicated to fighting him, and how you can to summon people. It adds to it. It adds to it to use the summons, and they're there. I of course I fought him without summons the most recent time, which is fun. But just having the summons there, having a whole festival, it adds to it, and that's so cool. And his lore, how he's fighting off Melania's Scarlet Rot, and even though he has the Scarlet Rot inflicted upon him, he's still holding back the stars. He's still strong enough to hold back the stars. I think that is so cool. And it'd be I wish you fought him whenever, you know, he wasn't afflicted by her Scarlet Rot. I feel like that'd be even, but he is, the lore is just so cool behind him, man. He is just so strong. I love Radahn, man. He's a great boss. He's a great boss. I really, he's just a fantastic boss, bro. All of these are just amazing bosses at S tier. But yeah, I think this is my list. This is what I think. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bosses in S. 10 S tier bosses is kind of nuts, bro. They're all great, man. And there's only 4 terrible bosses. There's a lot of man because there's most of these are just regular enemies that you get to fight. But you know, it's still, Elden Ring has some absolute just crazy good bosses as from these. So yeah, but that is my list. I wanted to do this since I recently played through the game, and I, you know, Shadow of the Erd Tree, it should just come out tomorrow, preferably, please, and thank you.